Does your hive look like this? Or maybe you make absolutely no money whatsoever. In this video, I'm gonna go over everything you need to know to go from noob to mid-game and beyond. Watch the entire video so you don't miss anything. Right off the bat, you wanna focus almost entirely on quests and progressing your hive. There's a few quest-giving bears that you can reach immediately, and you should definitely try to finish their quest lines since you can get free diamond, mythic, and star eggs. Speaking of diamond eggs, try not to use them. A late game item called the diamond mask requires 5 diamond eggs that are extremely valuable and hard to attain, so be patient and keep them for now. The fastest way to progress your hive is to get as many eggs and royal jelly as you can. The more chances you have to get useful bees, the better. But don't get too greedy on a single bee slot. Make sure you're focusing on getting more bees and better overall bees. Like if you have any basic bees or brave bees, get rid of those. In terms of overall honey making progression, you need to strike a balance between how fast you collect pollen and how much you hold and instantly convert. Focusing mainly on more container space and more instant conversion will get you so much further, so much faster. Badges shouldn't be directly focused unless they're already really close to being complete. Badges help a lot, but shouldn't be top priority. The main route you want to take for upgrades is to get the vacuum, the canister, and these 3 basic accessories as soon as possible. Once you get to the Pro Bear shop, things get much more expensive, so don't buy every upgrade individually. Try to skip some tools and go Pulsar to Honey Dipper, and then Compressor to Porto Hive. Do not get this glider, it is so slow and basically useless. These accessories are pretty helpful, so try to get them if you can. Although I personally think these shoulder guards are a bad investment. Instead, you should focus on the basic red and blue HQ guards. At this point of the game, some people decide the hive color they want to work towards. You can choose whatever color you think is better, but I think blue is the best option by far, especially if you've never gone late game before. If you don't know, in late game, the first color you go for is always blue hive because it's super cheap and you make so much money. The diamond mask, which is necessary for blue hives, becomes much better if you get this right here. Don't buy the bubble mask yet, but it's definitely something to look forward to. You want to stay mixed hive for most of early game to mid game. Some people like to go honey mask instead of bubble mask, and that's completely fine, it's up to you, but I feel like bubble mask makes you way more money and you can still be a mixed hive while having bubble mask. Focusing on the blue HQ items like the bubble wand and the blue backpack are nice upgrades before the 25 B zone shop. After all that, you can focus on the top bear shop. Go golden rake, then instantly to porcelain dipper. Spark staff is horrible, do not buy it. It's literally only useful for very specific quests for like science bear, so skip this for now. You don't have to get porcelain dipper right away. The golden rake is going to be pretty good for the most part. Hive slots and other porcelain accessories should be attained equally. I know the slots are expensive, but trust me, you're gonna need more bees. Also, if you feel really slow, getting this glider is super beneficial. You can get around way faster permanently. The porcelain backpack is very expensive at this stage of the game, so expect to get it after a while. After that, you need to get both of the best HQ guards and bubble mask. The thing about bubble mask is money is no problem whatsoever. It's these items here that take forever. Once you've gotten all those items I just talked about, you're pretty much past early game and you're going into mid game. So great job if you got here. Most players never even come close to this. One of the most important things to keep in mind for early and mid game is never change your hive to only one color unless you really know what you're doing. Always keep around 4 to 5 blue and red boost token bees unless you finish all Spear Bear quests, but that's going to be in a long time. Your hive is basically up to you, but I always recommend to at least have 2 to 3 baby bees, 3 to 4 music bees, and 4 haste giving bees. Carpenter bees, stubborn bees, and honeybees are cool to try out. They're kind of hard to get used to, but if you like them, use them. Lion bees usually aren't very good for making money, so don't keep these. Now let's move on to the turbo tips section. Join the Bee Swarm Simulator Club for access to these free dispensers to get honey and treats. Codes are extremely OP and can speed up your honey making like crazy. Use them thoughtfully. Anytime you see a sprout in-game, you need to focus on blueberries, tickets, and royal jellies. Save every single new gifted bee type you get. Later on, you're going to need 40 different types of gifted bees for SSA, which I'm not going to get into that right now, but it's super important for late game. Don't put any thought into bee quips right now. These are mainly late game and too complex to worry about. Equip whatever you think is best, but again, don't worry about these too much. Same goes for stickers. They're very helpful, but you don't have to worry too much about like trading or anything right now. Just keep the things that you think are rare. Vicious Bee is extremely important to get as soon as you can. This will be your gateway into killing every mob in the game. Obviously, as long as the Vicious Bee is high enough level. The price of leveling up bees increases a lot every 5 levels. So usually stop leveling up bees every 5 levels until you can afford the next one easily. By the way, this is a huge one. Keep these fruit treats here and other things like moon charms and bitterberries for crafting. Do not give these to your bees, please. Only use these treats here, the basic treats, to increase the bond of your bees. The entire game you're going to be bottlenecked by these other treats, so save as many as you can. Tickets should be primarily spent on event bees. I know the mythic egg looks tempting, but trust me, it's not even close to worth it. Definitely get the cobalt and crimson bee, photon bee, tabby bee, and the rest of them are for much later, so don't worry. Killing mobs and the bosses on a consistent basis will really help you out. Every time you think about it, do a rotation around the entire map to kill every mob. Sometimes you can get really rare drops, like from the werewolf you can get a diamond egg, or you can get blue extract from mantises and stuff like that. It's really nice. Planters are super nice to get. Try and buy all of them if you can. You can get like nectar, but mostly honey and crafting items from them. Also, if you're really thinking about playing this game for a long time, you can look at this graph here. It shows you there's these things called swirled wax that are very hard to get late game, but are needed for very good and important items. Use this chart I think it's like every month that you can replant and get another guaranteed swirled wax from these planters. The mythic meteor shower is super overpowered for early game. Please, if you see any late game players or have an end game friend, ask them to do meteor showers for you. You can get millions of honey from just one of these, not to mention some of the really rare loot you can get, like mythic eggs. Killing Mondo Chick not only gives you a really good buff for 45 minutes, but it also drops a crap ton of honey and sometimes even a few microconverters, which I shouldn't have to explain why these are so useful. Also, if you're intimidated by Mondo Chick's health, it slowly loses its health over time, so even if you just get like 10,000 damage on it, it still counts. This is sort of a mid-game tip, but still, if you happen to get a spirit petal, you want to use it for Petal Belt. This is pretty controversial, but seriously, the Petal Belt is a way bigger upgrade than the Petal Wand. You can still go Petal Wand if you really want to, but believe me, the Petal Belt is much better. If you have a PC, macroing is really good for this game since it's super grindy. And if you don't want to play this game for days on end just to make a little bit of progress, try it out. All it is a software that runs the game for you. Also, you can't get banned for it. Everyone uses it. Definitely learn how to use macro before you actually AFK. I'll make a video on this in the future. I personally only started macroing once I got SSA and I got like a full blue hive endgame, but some people just don't have that kind of time, so I get it. Alright, hopefully this helps you guys progress smoothly through early game. If you want more tutorials like this, go ahead and subscribe and turn on that bell for notifications. It'll also help get these videos out to more people and help them. See you in the next one.